What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, for the IE Network. Listen, I just want to get into this real quick, man, about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. I first came out with a video or a statement when we first heard about his tragic passing, and I said he was not writing a book. He was not getting ready to expose Hollywood. So let's just get that out the way. I thought once I got that out the way, that would be the end of, any conspiracy theories or what have you. But I was wrong. So now they're trying to turn Malcolm Jamal Warner's tragic incident into some sort of foul play or some sort of blood sacrifice for the industry. I knew this was going to happen. It's like a celebrity, you see stuff like this happen to regular people every single day. Car accidents, drownings, however, accidental drownings. There was a friend of mine, rest in peace, that was going along the pier in a boat and he fell into the water. He had a heart attack and fell into the water. If that happened with a celebrity, everyone would be saying, "Oh, come on, that's foul play. What? That sounds suspicious." So the things that happen on an everyday basis to regular people, plane crashes. We even have people thinking that plane crashes are some sort of conspiracy tied to it. Look at the Aaliyah accident. People still to this day try to find a way to make that a setup. And they're starting to do the same thing with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Here's a guy who had no industry beast. Nobody has anything bad to say about him. He has no scandals. He has no gay rumors, right? None of these things. But now people are slowly starting to change the story or manipulate the story to create some sort of narrative, clickbait narrative for people. For instance, the initial story was his wife alerted the authorities after about 1 hour of him not hearing nothing from him, right? In Costa Rica. And then she called and then they found his body and came back and told her. Then after a couple of days it switched to his daughter was with him. He took his daughter out on the coast. Now, if he's in vacationing with his wife and child, I seriously don't think, especially if those signs are out there telling you that they got a riptide, I don't think a mother is going to allow her 8-year-old to go out there with him. That's number one, right? I know people probably say, yeah, but that's his daughter. I'm sure she trusts in him, his daughter. I seriously think a mother, especially if they're seeing red flags all over the place, she probably didn't want him to go out there either. But her mother's definitely not letting her 8-year-old go out there. She probably said, if you want to go out there, you go out there, but I'm not going to let her go out there, right? Now that people are changing that story too. The wife had left, and the wife wasn't with him, and it was just him and his 8-year-old daughter, right? So now that story's have changed to that. I didn't hear that. Now they're showing pictures of him in Costa Rica a week prior, and they keep showing a picture and they keep putting this Caucasian woman in the picture with him, and people are like, oh, he's looking around like he's looking for the cameras. Who is this woman? Because that's not his wife. But this woman that's in the picture with him is a video, and you could hear him talking to somebody. He's not talking to that woman. He's talking to somebody that seems to be behind him. So again, but the way people are trying to steer the narrative, like, oh, his wife left, and he was seen with this woman, and this isn't his wife. So the story is now changed to, oh, the mother was there. So the mother left Costa Rica and left the daughter with Malcolm. I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt that. Now they're saying the story changed again and said that there was a 29-year-old gentleman that tried to save him, and he's now in critical condition. But the way they tried to make it, like the guy was with Malcolm. So do you see where I'm going with this? They don't want any black celebrity to leave this earth with a good name. They're going to try to put something on you. They had nothing on Malcolm-Jamal Warner. But now they're going to use black content creators to create this narrative. And now you'll start hearing that he was out there with a mysterious pal, a 29-year-old Nicaraguan man, they said. But the real about that is, from what I heard, is that was just someone, it was a surfer who tried to save him. Malcolm did not know this guy. So if you see this picture right here, they're trying to say that this guy in the picture, without any proof whatsoever, they're trying to say that the guy in this picture is the Nicaraguan man, the 29-year-old Nicaraguan that was out there with Malcolm once his wife left. So do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Before you know it, the story's going to be, this guy showed up once Malcolm's wife left. Now, at first they said he was on vacation. Now they're saying that Malcolm had been, TMZ reports and says, Malcolm had been in Costa Rica with his daughter on a homeschooling program. The wife had been there previous weeks, but at that time, at the time of his death, she was no longer there. So they went from the wife alerting the authorities that he hadn't been back in an hour to the wife wasn't there no more, and she left the daughter in Costa Rica with Malcolm. Again, I know that's her father, and I'm sure she trusts him, or trusted him. But that doesn't sound right, especially with the riptides. Now we have people making videos saying they believe that those riptides, those red flags were put there after the accident to make themselves, try to clean themselves up, to try to, not get themselves in trouble, cover their tracks. But they don't believe that those red signs were up there before, because they believe that why would Malcolm go swimming in that water with his daughter, especially if he saw the signs. Now again, you see where I'm going with this. They're going to slowly start to make Malcolm look bad. They're going to say he was cheating on his wife. They're going to say that this blonde-haired woman was out there with him. They're going to say that this mystery man showed up after Malcolm's wife left. Who is this mystery fella? And how does he know, how long was he friends with Malcolm-Jamal? But this is what they're going to make. They don't know whether this guy standing in line even knows Malcolm-Jamal Warner. It's just a picture. But they're going to try to change this story around. It couldn't just be a tragedy. Now they're going to make Malcolm-Jamal Warner out to be, when they see people who have a good light on them, they got to say, oh no, too many people think too much positive things about him. So we have to, we got to muddy up. We have to murky things up. So don't be surprised if you start hearing gay rumors, cheating on his wife rumors, him and his wife got into some sort of argument, that's why she left. This is what you're going to start hearing. And it's a shame that just because you're a celebrity, You just can't die because you were at the wrong place, wrong time, or it's just your time. Y'all gotta start using your head, man, and stop allowing people to feed you BS to help you harp on negativity. It's not right. And it's not right to his wife, and it's not right to his family. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.